Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Arrow. So let's start talking about this episode. So here we are finally in our return after the hiatus, and we see Felicity go down a downward spiral, where she's working with Helix, and you can see her definitely going towards the dark side, and Lila's kind of in the same position, where Diggle is worrying that Lila's turning into the new Amanda Waller, and then Oliver's worrying for Felicity because she is definitely crossing the line in a lot of situations she does in this episode. And then our B story has to do with Renee and Quentin, where Renee has a chance to go see his daughter, and he doesn't want to. He blames himself that he doesn't have his daughter. So in the end, they do end up meeting with each other, and it's Quentin really convincing Renee to fight to get custody for his daughter. And that's pretty much the episode until the end, where Felicity quits Helix, kind of. She's actually shoved away from Helix. They fire her, and we see Felicity and Oliver in the cave, and it blows up the computer. So they're stuck, and it's going to be a bottle episode next week where it's just going to be Felicity and Oliver being forced to talk to each other. So we'll see how that goes. But what did I think of this episode? Honestly, it was a really lackluster return for me for the main storyline. Now, the parts I did like about the episode, I'm going to go with the positives first. The ending. I did like the ending. I like the potential of a bottle episode. I think we could get at some really good character moments through that. Also, a positive, which is so weird to say because I didn't really like the character in the beginning of the season, but he's been a light for me in this second half, and that's Renee. Wild Dog. Really like his family story, and that was definitely the story I was most interested in. Really good job with that. Even though it didn't get a lot of screen time, that was definitely the story I enjoyed the most. Now, going into the negatives, I could care less about Felicity and Helix and crossing the line to the dark side, because it's just something we've seen a lot in Arrow already, so it feels very repetitive. It didn't really go into the whole Prometheus thing, where I'm like, alright, I'm ready to see more Prometheus and kind of get that battle out of the way. It seems like this episode was very much a prolonging story to get to the finale, or these last couple of episodes to the finale. So it was just really boring to me. I think that's the best way to put it. I just didn't really care about the main plot by any means. I feel like the Felicity storyline is very much a jump the shark moment of her going to the dark side, working with these computer hackers. It's just not very interesting and very far away from what Arrow was for how many seasons and who Felicity is. So it's just a very strange storyline. And then Diggle's really sidelined. Oliver's kind of sidelined in this episode. It's just wasn't an interesting episode, and honestly very forgettable. So overall, the main plot I felt like needed a lot of work, but I did like the small moments in this episode, like with Renee and the potential of the cliffhanger. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.